And now let's put it up high, loud, and out for Brigadier Sushil Bhasin.
Good morning, everyone. How strange it is that with all the devices and gadgets, with tools and technologies that we have today, we are still fighting to keep in time, to keep pace with time, to finish our timelines. How many of you have ever made a to-do list? Please raise your hands. And keep your hands raised if you complete them every day. Look around you, look around you. The hands have all come down. Research shows that 83% people who make to-do lists are unable to complete them. And you know what? The remaining 13% are the ones who tell lies. When I was a young captain in the army, we used to be, as a ritual, have a scribbling pad, and we used to keep writing tasks, to-do, and instructions that came across. And one day, I went and told my boss, I said, sir, I can't do things in a day because I keep writing and I don't get time to even read what I have written. And whatever gets done on its own. And then I challenged myself to say, hey, why can't you complete these? And I started experimenting and making my own little methods of making sure that I complete my lists. When I got a little senior and I was in a place of authority as a brigadier, I decided to gift time to my Jawans. I said, I can't give them promotions, I can't give them money. Can I give them more time with their families? And I've refined this further with more experiments and came across some methods that started working. When I stepped out of the army and came into the civil world and started my career as a facilitator in corporate training, I found that most of the companies came and presented one issue in their team building and leadership was time management. And I started applying all what I had learned in my army career into this civil world, and I started getting a lot of feedback from them. And when I did that, I found I was getting a lot of great ideas. I distilled them, all my thoughts, my experiences, my ideas, and put them in a book called $1 Million Second. My book, $1 Million Second, is going to be released next week. Now, once I put these ideas there, I started implementing them. And let me tell you a story which really inspired me to do this. We were in J&K and we were to we were in a counter-insurgency operation. And one of my colleagues went for a search of a village, and when he came back in the evening, he had a story to tell me. And I have goosebumps when I talk about it. He said that when he was searching for terrorists in a village, very stealthily, and suddenly from nowhere, he finds a tall, burly man come in front of him. And this man, tall, burly, he's standing there with his gun towards me, and I have my gun towards him. That's what he's saying. And he says, I realize that one of us can survive now, the one who presses his trigger first. There was no time for deliberation, for analysis, for seeking advice. It was a time for action, a speedy decision. I took the decision, shot at him, and he fell down. And when he's down there, I got a thought in my mind, What if he had pressed this 1 second earlier? If I had failed to press my trigger 1 second earlier, then I would have been lying there and I would have been crying like he's crying now. This gave me the power of that $1 million second. Wasn't that 1 second worth more than $1 million? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this book, what I've written, I want you to carry forward 3 things. How many things? 3 things. 3 lessons that I want to take back from here. One is called hourly worth. What is it called? Hourly worth. Okay. How many of you have ever heard of this term? Hourly worth is simply a formula to divide your total earnings of the year by the number of hours you work every year. And when you get that figure, try to improve your hourly worth by decreasing the number of hours you work every day. The second one I have talked about is return on time invested. Okay, return on time invested. And the third one is, which may come to you as a shock, very soon we'll be buying and selling time. So I want you to carry these 3 things with you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are so worthy to deliver this message. We have a lot of connections from Singapore to India. I see you. I see you on some of the biggest stages. In actual fact, the $1 Million Round Table. I see you in front of 20,000 people sharing your message.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you because you're going to help so many people. And in actual fact, the $1 Million Handshake and that $1 Million Second. Yeah. Wait here, I'm going to get you a book.
Thank you.
They're going to go together.
Somebody can take a picture?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Woo! We'll fix that up. You go. No, you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.